Alright, so I'm explaining how this chart is a pattern chart. It's not a cage chart. Even though it's a cage bound, it's a chart for cage bound vertical arpeggio patterns. It is all P4 tuning, this chart. You have to hit the warp when you hit the warp. Okay, so if I started the bottom string on a 6, it would be 6, and then a perfect fourth to the 2, then a minor third to the 4. We're up here now, right? Now I'm looking on my guitar here, not on the chart. So I'm still only on string 3 on my guitar, so I have to go a perfect fourth to a perfect third to the 6. There, right? I'm still not at the warp yet. Now that 6 wants to go straight up to a 2 because 6 is the relative fifth of the D minor. 6 is the relative fifth of the D minor. I said that. So to go up to 2 is a fourth. And yeah, it sounds like that. It's supposed to sound like minor. But we're not going to go straight up to that 2 because the 2 is warped up. So it has to come up one string. And that 2 is going to go to a 4. Okay, it can either go same string, which would be making a D shape, and that's likely what it's going to be. Or you can go up just this string. You have a choice there. You got a choice there, depending on which cage you're in. The cage that we're dealing with, when we're on that 4, would determine which cage you're in. So that's what that's about. It's a pattern. It's not an actual guitar fretboard. So this particular diagram, before we continue the discussion on arpeggios, this particular diagram just shows how we have the C and the C minor shapes. Your C shape is 5 root 3, 5 root 3, that's your C. But if you move it up a minor, see, in the key, in the shape of E, let's say I'm playing an E here. If I want to just bring it up a whole step to an F sharp minor, by maintaining that E shape, but now it's an E minor shape because I just dropped the third down. That's what we're doing here, but it's in C. So you start with, okay, then we start on the 6 with a C minor shape. Okay, and it kind of, instead of, it's got to be minor there. That is our D minor. And then the Phrygian would start on the 7. The 7 would be the B. Like that. And on and on and on. We're just bringing that C shape up. I can't play them, but I can do arpeggios. So the Lydian is also right almost there in the same cage. So where we started the Phrygian on the 7th, we just move it up a half step in the same cage to the Lydian 4th C shape. And that's going to happen with all of the shapes. Between the 3rd and the 4th, you're just going to have it going up a half step and changing major and minor tonality. The Mixolydian starts on the 7, okay? So it'd be like, it actually starts on, you can have the 7 there, but it starts on the 2, so it'd be. And then we start on the 3 for the Aeolian. Now remember, this is C shape, so she sells seashells by the seashore. With C shape, remember, the root is the 2nd string. We're starting on the 5th. So with Aeolian, we have 6 root 3, but we're going to start on the 5th. That 3 I could start down here. That's it. I skipped the root because we had an on string major minor 3rd there. In the Aeolian box, in the D box. Now that's interesting. Something says to me, what do you mean the D box? What's going on here with this D box being the Aeolian? I don't even see a C shape there. Because this is the root, this is the 4th, and this is the 5th. And you bet your bottom dollar that Aeolian, which is the C shape, is the relative, and this is the proper term, a relative, the relative 6th of the D shape. So here's your D-shaped root, 5 root 3, there's your D, right? And the Aeolian is incorporated into that major. So the there's your D, and incorporated into that is your Aeolian 6 C shape. And that would be something like this. Is the relative 6th of. Okay? So that's how that works for C. Alright, before we go on to greener pastures, let's just look at the unbound arpeggios. So the root arpeggios are shaped the way they're shaped. They're arpeggios. They include inversions from root. So the easiest one is the yellow one, which is root 3, 5. Now, of course, you could do, if you wanted to say, okay, yellow is B. You know, then you could assign B as the root here, and it'll still work. It'll still work, but we're dealing with root, let's say, as being the C, so I don't make mistakes relating to transpose and stuff like that. So here's a root C, root 3, 5, root 3, 5. You know, it kind of transverses a couple of cages there, but its major cage starts in the G-shaped root, and there's your G-shaped root. But that is the G. I don't like to play it, I'll mess it up, but it's just like this, something like this. Okay? So you can see it's pretty much